Friends, trading is not just a business, it's a true test of composure and psychological resilience. Not everyone manages to complete this journey. Constant stress can seriously damage our mental health. Sometimes it's simply necessary to stop and rethink the entire approach. If the market is indeed behaving aggressively, it might be worth reconsidering your trading strategy. Recently, I started testing a combination of indicators that, although not difficult to master, requires very quick reactions and the ability to act efficiently and decisively. It definitely opens up new earning opportunities. And today, I want to share it with you. Let's study it together, and at the same time, I'll test it again in practice and show you all the nuances. Enjoy watching. Let's go. Well, as usual, we'll start trading by connecting and setting up the indicators. Today, I will be earning using the Alligator and Keltner channel. These indicators are familiar to everyone. I think you've encountered them at some point. We won't change the settings. By default, they show signals well on the 1-minute time frame. However, I will remove the boundaries of the Keltner channel so they don't interfere with focusing on the Alligator curves. That's all for the setup accordingly. The blue field will show us the trend state and interpret the entry conditions. There are different ways to approach this. I will try to show as many entry examples as possible and attempt to increase my deposit based on this, starting with $11. Let's see what comes of it. By the way, this is my 12th attempt at acceleration. In the currency pair of the Australian dollar and Swiss franc, there is potential for a short contract. I will now open a trade and explain why exactly this way. Look, from the last price maximum, it's clear that the trend is trying to break through the resistance level located at this boundary. I will mark everything with a marker for convenience. Here is the level. Previously, the price couldn't rise above it. If we observe a significant divergence in the Alligator line, it can signal us to open a short position as the trend is overbought. An important condition: the candles must extend beyond the blue field and form shadows above the blue field of the Keltner channel. If the movement had been dense enough and there were fewer red candles, I probably wouldn't have opened the contract. I will trade aggressively today, maximizing the deposit. Let's take everything that we can from the market today. So watch this. This is actually one of the riskiest ways to increase capital, as you understand. Of course, you can choose a more conservative or balanced approach, but aggressive is the choice for those who wish to outperform the market. Friends, who doesn't dream of high returns? Of course, most people do. The first deal is in profit. I increased the size of my investment in our bank. Keep in mind that everything I'm doing now is more for educational and sporting interest. I advise new traders not to do this and to definitely consider the risk management in their trading. You can learn more about this on my channel from my previous videos. Another short trade. A fairly strong signal. Look how the red candle entered the blue field of the Keltner channel and broke through the first curve of the Alligator. The movement is gaining momentum and it can be supported. The main thing is not to linger on this for too long. Later on in the future, but let's see how things develop. Here's another condition. Try to open breakout trades only on the second candle of the same color. If there hadn't been a red color before, I would have thought, what will happen with the price? To understand the essence of aggressive trading, while being in the financial market, where you have the opportunity to open a contract and earn in the short term, you need to be aware of two outcomes. Either you lock in a profit or you lose all invested funds if you open against the trend. And you must understand that this scenario will demand incredible resilience in terms of stress and perseverance in terms of your patience. Friends, the movement has paused and now it's unclear where it will go. I think it's worth returning to this asset after some time if the price finds it interesting to continue declining. Let's see what interesting things we can find in the market today, besides this currency pair. So guys, it's an absolutely opposite situation compared to the previous one. The essence is the same, only we will be aiming for an increase in the currency pair. Now, look, here we again identify the level from which the reaction occurred. Pay attention to these green candles. They also have enough energy to show how strong the support zone is for this currency pair. In the Alligator, a similar signal, or is observed with a divergence of the line, and a slight deviation if you look closely. From this sign, conclude that the price is oversold. In general, friends, when trading aggressively, you can apply two reliable trading methods. These are scalping, which I'm currently doing, and day trading. Both methods are associated with increased risk. And here, not only risk management plays an important role, but also psychology as well as control of your... You can use my current trading strategy to earn in the future. However, if you are a beginner, I recommend a more conservative approach. You need to do this anyway. You will need to constantly monitor, check situations, and if you forget about this and get distracted, you risk losing a lot. I'm only talking about the part, friends, of trading. So for now, I don't see a reason to continue trading here. Let's move on to the next currency pair. So friends, an aggressive style is a quest with unpredictable twists. Instruments can bring both colossal profits and serious losses, of course. I've just hidden a long position. Let me explain why. If you are ready for changes, then welcome to trading. Here we see a clear signal. Everything points to a reversal. The alligator lines are crossing and the price has also broken through the Keltner channel area. It is with an aggressive approach that you have a real chance to boost your portfolio. In fact, I trade based on a clearly chosen trading strategy, good signals, and a well thought out plan. If you add confident trading psychology to this, we are definitely on the right track. Here I made a small mistake when I opened the contract. I had the opportunity to set the position at a more favorable price, but while I was talking, I missed that moment. Because of this, the price went slightly up. But let's see. What happens? That is, it's better to open further away from the upper boundary of the blue field. But still on the breakout. Here the risk. Hence, it's unpleasant. Close at break even. Now this is a more successful spot for the contract. Therefore, I will open again on the correction, also in the long. If, of course, no colossal changes occur, the deal will close with a net profit and a good profit. Yeah, what do you think about this method of earning, friends? Share your answers in the chat. I would be glad to hear them. In fact, this topic concerns very, very many people, including myself. And to be honest, there are many nuances because each of us has our own attitude towards risks, right? But also towards earning as well. So friends, imagine you decide to try an aggressive way of earning. This means that your funds can potentially have a confident growth. If, naturally, the result will be significantly different from more conservative methods. But at the very least, you'll spend less time in front of the monitor. That's also a plus. This is a real hunt for large profits. And the difference from regular styles is based on the fact that you take on all the risk and go all the way. It can't be any other way. A great situation, as I said, in my favor. It's gorgeous. Before this, I closed the contract unsuccessfully. But now I was just sitting, calmly observing. And now there is a clear, guaranteed advantage. Let's continue with another currency pair. Let's go. Experienced traders warn that you should not invest all your savings in binary options due to the high risk. It is recommended to allocate only the amount, which, if you lose, will not cause you significant damage to your health and financial condition. So friends, this is a long, again, just a little on the pullback. It went away. I actually agree with the majority opinion. If I were dealing with such a manual with a beginner, I wouldn't recommend it. And as a beginner myself, I would have burned out quickly. I was like a wick at the beginning, yes, also burned out very quickly. Friends, I'll give you one piece of advice. How to balance the risks, after all. One of the options is to test your strategy on a demo account. Of course, this will help you assess its effectiveness and risk. Next, you will need to determine how much money you are willing to lose in each of your trades, and overall for the day. This way you will avoid significant losses. It will be like a core that provides you with stability in a world of risks. The price seems to be going in my direction after all. From the volatility, it's clear that participants are actively starting to take positions. 2 seconds. Yes, excellent. Just $25 are there. The risk has paid off. Let's see if it's worth entering again on this currency pair. Us. Usually, low-risk styles provide a stable but relatively small income, and traders often focus on gradually increasing their deposit. And I'll open another long position. Obviously, the price is confidently moving upwards for now. The lines of the alligator have crossed. There is a breakout beyond the Keltner channel. Great. So friends, we allocate a part of our deposit that we are ready to lose without hesitation to aggressive partial trading styles. And for the protective part, you should allocate 15 to 30% to minimize all possible losses. This is necessary in case the results do not meet any of your expectations. The most important thing is not to trade with your last money, with borrowed money, and so on. I myself have encountered such experiences with other people a couple of times. Well, of course, it's just tear it off and throw it away. This is advice from an old wolf who has been here for a long time. I understand that it's difficult for beginners to figure everything out, but over time you will be able to understand it and achieve the desired result before understanding. So guys, well, it's a miracle. There's no other way to describe boosting a deposit. You all saw it yourselves. One of my trades closed at zero. This one closed with some kind of miracle. Well, all right, let's move on to the next opportunities. Here, I am definitely finished. So friends, the main thing is to calm down. And also take note, the main thing is not to think about income. Only care about your safety. Trade wisely and let your trading style be in your opened now, bouncing off the breakout in the central field of the alligator curves. And therefore, I think the price will continue to decline. I tried to position my point exactly in this place, where the central line of the alligator passes. Most often, it is from this line that you can observe a reaction depending on the direction, of course, of the movement. We need to hold the position. Now the price is trying to turn around. In general, this is a more advantageous and convenient place. Now let's talk about how to form an aggressive trading style if someone still chooses this path. It's quite a broad topic, but first of all, you need to determine your goals in any case. You need to know what income you want to achieve and in what time frame you want to do it. So friends, there is, by the way, I got a bit distracted again, started talking. Wonderful. All right, let's not speculate. Let's just keep an eye on the situation for a bit. It's unclear what will happen here for now. And we'll proceed based on how events unfold. I don't know, my experience still suggests that I might need to re-enter a short position. Friends, sometimes you just want to make a great digital boost for you. In general, all right, let's watch. And besides the income you want to earn, you need to know what level of risk you are willing to take on. It's like a game. If you go to play in a casino, it's important to understand how much you are willing to spend. Yes, there in the casino. Then you should conduct an analysis of the market and individual instruments. I have always said that information is power. Use fundamental and technical analysis in your approach, market factors, the performance results of market participants, and its volatility. All of this is very important. I myself have read blogs, reports, and analyzed all of these many times. Next, we move on to forming the actual trading style. Here, it is important to make a choice and trade on market instruments in accordance with your strategy and the results of the analysis that backtesting will show. Record all your trades, analyze mistakes, successes. This will help you learn from your own experience and improve your style over time. You see, my intuition is not failing me this time. Trade. We are closing with a profit. But for now, my intuition isn't telling me much, so I'll move on to the next currency pair. Everything is gradually returning to normal. The strategy is not complicated. I think you can see for yourself which direction is best to act. But, friends, please keep in mind that there are still differences. These must definitely be taken into account in trading. Markets are cyclical, but you need to choose a specific stage. So friends, capital management is a continuous process. You must closely monitor the market and your assets to ensure that everything is going according to plan 100%. Remember that during a consolidation period, when market participants are looking for reliable instruments, you should reduce the volume of your trades to ensure, even if it results in a loss, it won't be too significant. Here, everything is quite calm for now. Market participants are entering positions sluggishly, and we see that it is starting to build up, but what else might we need? Wonderful, just wonderful. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2 and 1. Guys, well, I think it's a fantastic increase from $11 to $3,000. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this wasn't my first attempt at such a boost. Therefore, I'm pleased that it ended this way. The video turned out to be dynamic. I suggest we simply summarize. So, my friends, an aggressive investment style can yield above average returns, but it comes with high risks. I mean, you should aim to earn a lot, but you should never risk everything. And remember, aggressive trading requires constant attention. Give it to both it and yourself. A chance to grow through analytical approaches and time. With this, I conclude my video. I would appreciate your likes and comments below it. Wishing you more profit, kindness, and peace above your head, friends, as always, by tradition. See you soon on my channel. Goodbye, everyone.